today it is time to harvest some of our garlic, actually all of our garlic.
Yes, it has to come out.
Yep, it's a nice sunny day and it's time. So we're going to start with the Siberian garlic that we've got and see how it did. So this is our little patch of Siberian garlic, and I'm curious to see how it did in this raised bed. But since we're here, this is the horseradish that Crucy sent us from Crucy does gardening and stuff. So definitely check out his channel. But it's doing amazing. It came through the mail absolutely no problem, which I'm really impressed. It's grown like mad. So we should end up with a pretty decent little horseradish patch. But anyways, let's see what is going on with these garlic.
Here we go. First, actually, we cheated. It's not our first garlic that we pulled out. First one of the Siberian ones, though.
We wanted to make sure it would work.
Unfortunately, we've had a really wet year, so I think they're all going to be quite dirty because of the wet on them.
That's all right.
Can I do the next one?
Put your finger down in there.
Get it?
I got the edge.
You can pull this down. It might come out. Oh, I think you're under.
She's got a method. You're under. Pull it up.
There you go.
Don't bang it on the edge.
I think you got the biggest one so far.
You want to be careful not to bruise them.
We'll clean them up better later. But perfect.
I'm pretty good at this.
You can do some if you want. We can do them together.
Garlic harvesting fun.
So there we go. Our 20 bulbs of Siberian garlic. They did pretty good, I think. But I'm really curious to see how our music garlic did. So we're going to leave these ones here for a bit, just to dry off a little bit before we take them up to the barn. Because I think we're going to store everything in the hayloft, because there's some decent airflow up there. It should work well. So we'll see. But there's our one kind of garlic, one of our two kinds of garlic, harvested. Well, here we are with patch number 2. This is our music garlic. And you can't really see it super well for the weeds that are in there, but up until about a week ago, the weeds were still under control. They've just really gone, they've bolted now. So we'll be weeding as we go here. But we've been watching it. This is the first year we've harvested any sort of amount of garlic. And they typically, from what we read, you want 30 to 60% sort of dieback. I think we've pretty much got that. A couple of them might be a bit further, but we'll see as we go. So this is going to be interesting because there's a lot of garlic in there, and as you can see from our potatoes here along the side, we crammed things in, so it's going to be interesting to work around this. But it's going to be worth it, or that's the hope. So there it is, a third of the way harvested. We had, when we planted this, we kind of planted 3 rows, then left a space, then 3 rows, then left a space, then 3 rows. So we still have 2 of our triple wide rows left to harvest. And you can see we left a few grain plants that came up. Pretty sure it's wheat, but I think it came from the straw we used, actually, to be honest. But still, we're going to keep it, see what happens, because it actually didn't do too bad. But anyways, we're going to keep going. And here's what the first sort of row harvested looks like. These music garlics did really well. I would say they did amazing. They're a good size, there's a good number of cloves in them, and they all look to be in pretty good shape, which is pretty awesome. So we did have a couple, and this is an example. This is a pretty small one, but this was one that we missed the scape. So harvesting your scapes does make a difference. There's the proof. But that's still going to be edible. We just probably wouldn't use that for replanting next year.
Chris has some great chicken helpers as he's working on this garlic. Oh, here comes another one. These little chicks have been working in the garden actually and not doing too bad. They haven't ruined anything yet. Touch wood. Almost done, Chris. What do you think?
pretty good, to be honest, so far. We have a lot of garlic.
A lot of garlic.
It's hot, but we have a lot of garlic. Well, it's all been harvested. So there's 265 music garlic bulbs right there on that shelf, which is pretty good. So we have to get these into the barn. We're going to...
Before it rains.
Before it rains. That's the next job. Well, we managed to get everything sorted and in bundles to hang up for a bit and dry before the rain. So we chose kind of the stairwell because it's always in the shade, and or we can make sure it's always in the shade by closing the door, and it gets good ventilation. So we put a few on the outside like this, and although it's a little dark, the rest are all hanging up as you go up into the hayloft. So all in all, very impressed with the turnout of the garlic, and it's going to be really interesting once this is all done drying to actually weigh it and see what we ended up with.